So you asked for it, and here it is. Welcome to part one of the best used cars under $20,000. Now we're talking small cars in this video, but coming up, we're going to be covering pretty much every category of car and SUV. Now, as far as the criteria goes, for small cars, they have to excel at the real world stuff. They have to be reliable, affordable to maintain and repair if something were to go wrong. They have to be fuel efficient, practical, and safe. But we're also taking into account being enjoyable to drive and having some kind of X factor. Plus, as always, we've tried to recommend cars that are as internationally and as readily available as possible. Anyway, we're going to go in size order from smallest to largest, so therefore, it's kicking off with the Kia Picanto. We reviewed a Picanto GT over a year ago, and to say that we were impressed is an understatement. In GT form, not only does the little Kia tick all of the small car boxes, but it's genuinely fun to drive. The Picanto generation that we'd be recommending at this budget is the 3rd gen JA from 2017, and if possible, in either the GT or the GT line spec. There's nothing wrong with the lower spec models, but with the used market compressing prices, why not get a fully loaded Picanto for potentially just a few $100s more than a bare basics example? Reliability wise, with either the 1.25 litre 4-cylinder or the 1 litre 3-cylinder turbo, the Picanto is holding up really well with very few common complaints. And no matter which model, they're fuel efficient, they're all very small, but the 5-door design is intelligent inside and out, so it's surprising how practical they can be. And with a 7-year warranty, most examples will still have some factory support left on them. And guys, for more information, check out our full review video. The link is up here and also down there somewhere. Also, if you're on the tightest of budgets, the previous generation 2011 to 2017 TA Picanto is also worth a look too. Next up, Suzuki Swift. The Swift that we'd be checking out for around about $20,000 is the current 3rd generation series from 2017 onwards. And if you can, get the GLX Turbo. The lower spec models are still good things, and the Swift Sport at the other end of the spectrum is more suited to our best performance cars under $20,000 list. But the GLX Turbo is such a sweet spot, and it's about all of the small car that anyone would ever need. Loads of the very latest safety tech, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, that turbocharged 3-cylinder engine is a great little motor and it's super fuel efficient, it's loads of fun to drive, the 5-door hatch body is funky and practical, and while the interior, it may feel a little bit on the budget side compared to others in this category, thanks to Suzuki being one of the most underrated manufacturers out there, they offer superb value for money on the used market. The only negative, the early examples will have run out of warranty by now, but even then, not much really goes wrong with them, especially if they've been maintained and serviced on schedule. But what if maximum practicality is your highest priority? Easy, Honda Jazz. And fit. Thanks to Honda's ingenious magic seats, the amount of stuff that these things can swallow is incredible. In fact, they'll give far larger hatchbacks a serious run for their money when it comes to cargo carrying abilities. Even the accommodation in the 2nd row is huge versus most of the competition. The specific Jazz or Fit generation that you're most likely going to be looking at for $20,000 is going to be the 2015 to 2020 3rd generation, and you have some choices when it comes to the specific model. If you love your driving, get the 1.5 litre with a manual transmission. But the only problem with that is, here in Australia, it's going to be the base spec VTI. If you require more bells and whistles and are happy with a CVT Auto, get the top spec VTI-S. That will come with alloy wheels, a funky body kit, and loads of tech and features. But if you need maximum fuel efficiency and a little bit more performance, this is where things get interesting. You should get a Honda Fit instead. So, quick explanation, some of the world call this little Honda a Fit. Some, like us here in Australia, call it a Jazz. But they're the same car. But thanks to the grey import scene, many Jazz exclusive countries are now seeing Fits on our roads. And many of those Fits are the 1.5 litre hybrid models. And the good news is, not only is the hybrid Fit incredibly fuel efficient, when you floor the go pedal, the electric motor pairs up with the petrol engine, giving you even better acceleration. Plus you can drive around town using the electric motor only. And for those of you avoiding the auto Jazz because of the negative connotations surrounding that CVT, the hybrid Fit comes with a 7-speed dual clutch transmission, just like a Volkswagen Golf R. Only it's nothing like a Volkswagen Golf R. Also a warning, being a grey import does mean that many of the displays will feature Japanese text, and not being a locally delivered model can raise some concerns surrounding getting certain parts and support. Not that you'll need them, because being a Honda, if it's been well maintained, very few things will ever go wrong. Okay, next up, it's one of the world's most popular small cars. It's the Toyota Yaris, and another hybrid. You can't have a list of highly recommended small cars and not include the Yaris. These little nuggets have been some of the most popular small cars in the world, and with good reason. Bulletproof reliability, class-leading support network, affordable maintenance, good fuel efficiency, great practicality. They're even enjoyable to drive. And the 2012 to 2019 XP130 third generation provides everything a car in this class needs to. Here in Australia, you're going to have the choice of either a hatch or a sedan, a 1.3 or a 1.5 litre engine with either a manual or automatic transmission. 6 trim specs are available, and there were facelifts and updates in 2014 and again in 2017. So which one do you get? Well, really, any of them. But if we were being picky, a post-2017 update top spec ZR is the way to go. But really, just trying to find the best condition Yaris with the lowest possible mileage that has a full and thorough service history that fits your budget, and you should be sweet. But even though the Yaris is fuel efficient, what if you need even more fuel efficiency? Well, then you just get what is ostensibly the hybrid Yaris, which is the Prius C. Built on the same platform and wrapped in slightly different sheet metal, take everything we said about the Yaris and just add a hybrid powertrain, and that's basically the Prius C. It has also received updates, but this time in 2015 and 2017. However, the 2017 to 2019 examples will be a challenge to find at this price point. But look, don't worry, a 2015 to 2017 model will more than fit the bill. Now, a quick question, can you give those like and subscribe buttons a little bit of a tickle? And if you're enjoying what we do here on ReDriven, why not head over to Patreon and support us there? We'd be so incredibly appreciative. The link is down in the description. Okay, finally, the largest car in this group and arguably the most fun to drive, it's the Mazda II. For this $20,000 budget, you're going to be most likely looking at the 2014 to current third gen Mazda II, which, like the Yaris, is available as a hatch or a sedan with a manual or automatic transmission across multiple trim specs, and it has had midlife updates in 2017 and again in 2019. But unlike the Yaris, you'll have a wide choice of different engines to choose from, as long as it's a 1.5 litre 4-cylinder. However, the lower spec cars do cop a bit of a slight power disadvantage. The one to go for, again thanks to the used market compressing pricing, is a top spec Genki from 2018 to 2019. This way you'll get the full suite of features and equipment, alloy wheels, the nice body kit, all of the bells and whistles. Plus, as we mentioned, the 2 is arguably the most enjoyable to drive out of this bunch, especially with the manual transmission. Plus, the 2 is proving to be reliable, and we found that top spec cars are generally pretty well cared for, and there are loads available on the used market. Negatives? Well, 2018 and earlier examples are now running out of warranty, and with how fun they are to drive, you may be spending a tiny bit extra on fuel, but the positivity that you'll feel from the fun of driving it is more than worth the extra spend. But no matter which used car you buy, it is critical that you go and watch our ultimate used car buyer's guide video. Honestly, buying a used car can be a daunting process, and that video makes it so much more enjoyable, so much easier, and it could save you a fortune. The links are up there and also down there somewhere. And this brings us to a couple of big questions. Which of these cars do you buy, or do you buy something else for this category? Also, next week, we're going to be featuring slightly larger, medium-sized cars, things like the Corolla, the Golf, the i30, stuff like that. Which cars do you think will make the cut? Let us know in the comments. See you next time. And it could save you thousands of dollars. The link is up here and also down there. Also down there. Jesus Christ, nearly had it at the end. Here we go.